Shake Table Lab by Garrett Lee and LukeB. We begin constructing and securing the base to the cardboard floor. As you can see, the straw perimeter is secured to the floor with tape, which will keep our building in place. Our straw exoskeleton of the first story begins here. The straws are shoved inside of each other, which will use up less resources. The base of the first floor will later be covered in construction paper. Tape will also be used to connect the straws together. The cross triangles of our first story are being created to support the second floor. These cross triangles will help attach the first floor to the second floor. The second story is being built. There are also straw triangles on the floor of it to help support the building. Here, a paper floor is used to help support the first floor sandbags. A paper tray is located on the second floor to also prevent them from falling out. In addition, a string is on the first story for extra support. I think this will be the strongest part of our building because we have the most tape, paper, and straws on it. First, we survived the minor earthquake. After that, we somehow managed to survive in the major earthquake. The building collapsed when we placed an extra sandbag on the first floor. The weight bent the straw supports on the base, and the bottom bent and broke down. Our building was able to hold 4 sandbags, one on the top and one on the bottom. We strengthened our building by adding extra tape in weak spots and adding string and paper onto the floors. We were able to test by adding 2 sandbags on floor 1 and 2 sandbags on floor 2 and gently shaking it on the shake table. Our strongest parts were the top of the building because we had a paper tray and 2 straws underneath. This was like a bowl that would keep our sandbags inside. There were even extra support straws underneath because, you see, the higher the weaker. The floor of the first story is the weakest because it had only 1 straw underneath and led to the downfall of our structure. In the first floor, the bottom was weak because you can notice that this space is big and had less tape and straws than the top. String was added on the first story and was used to store the sandbags without them falling out. Tape was supplied throughout the structure and was used to connect straws and paper. It was also used for securing the building to the cardboard floor. There were no extra supplies and we ran out. We barely finished.
This is the +1 to the major earthquake. You're going for the plane. This is a major earthquake. It's gonna make it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not gonna make it. Sandbags were you able to hold?
Well, honestly, in the beginning, I kind of thought that we were only going to be able to probably get like 4, which is the normal to get like a 90 or something. But I think that was in the beginning. Once we, started realizing that, oh God, we got to double secure these structures. We have to get more tape. We have to, we started constructing a lot more better in a way than we had in the beginning. We changed our format, and for that reason, we ended up carrying, I think, 5.
If you could redo this lab, what would you change?
If I could redo this lab, I would most likely either on the top on the top, I would probably include a little bit more like maybe tape and paper to make sure that the sandbags were more secure, and I would probably have secured the base, meaning the lower part of the structure a little tiny bit more.
Where did your building fail?
Well, I think our building mostly failed, on the bottom. We didn't secure the straws enough. It was like, oh my god, it's obviously gonna fall, like, from the beginning, on the first minor earthquake. Everyone else's was, like, shaking, but ours was, like, bending, and for that reason, obviously, I got a clue on we should have secured that a little bit more.
And what did you like about the lab?
I liked so much about this lab. It was kind of a creative way to, in a way, learn, have fun, and learn to be better. Got it.
Thank you.
How many sandbags do you think we were gonna have?
We held 4 sandbags, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. Our building failed on the base where some of the pillars bent and they snapped and they dismantled the entire structure.
Okay.
I think if we were able to redo this lab, we would have added a lot more tape and security on the bottom of the tower. I learned that if you have a strong top but you have a weak bottom, your building will fail because the bottom supports the top. And what I really liked about the lab was that we were able to be creative and there was no right way to do it.
Interesting. Thank you, Garrett. This sensor reader tracks the side-to-side, forward-backward, and up and down motion of our building tower.